And here we go again. Yeah, this is take 2. I'll get this thing right here, I promise you. Alright, you see the image right there, everybody? It's Giants Week. So, greetings, everybody. It is your friendly neighborhood sports nut, blah, 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 blah. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I'm a little not underdressed, but yeah, I'm getting ready to go to bed here in a moment. So I figured, hey, I'll go ahead and do a video. Get this thing uploaded. As I said, it's Giants Week. So, that means it's RG3 and Eli. You know, under normal circumstances, I love Eli to death, but there's 2 times of the year I gotta root against him, and well, we know what the 2 are. So, that's where that stands. Why? I need to put my glasses on. Fuck. Why am I doing this? Hey, I'm not going to start this thing over again. I fucked up the first time I tried this, and all of a sudden I had this upside down image of me. I said, no, that wasn't going to work. So, here we go. Basically, what we're looking at is first place in the division. So, it's going to be a hell of a game. I think everybody will enjoy it. You know, but of course, as I said, we get the skins and all that. So, sorry. So, here's the deal. I'm going to try something here. Wait, don't put the camera. I got to make sure I don't do that. Wait, there you go. I have to make sure I don't put my hands on the lens and shit. But I'm going to try something. Oh, lordy. I'm going to try something here, kids. And see if this thing works right. There we go. Okay, need to put the lights on, do this. So I can show you all some things. A few things. First order of business. Hi, there we go. First order of business, this thing. Try to get the camera here and get a proper angle. I should like this thing more. Yeah, we'll thumb off that. Yeah, I drink out of this on Mondays after Redskins win. That's how I usually do that, so loads of fun on that. Also have something else here to get you in the winter months and all of that. All this. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, it just becomes an obsession now trying to do these cell phone videos and shit. But there you go. I said I drink out of this, at least during the winter, and all of that. So, that takes care of all of that shit. Now, oh, there you go, my Barca Lounger. I just figured, hey, I'll go ahead and show you that. And here we go, and I'm back. Oh my lord, this is loads of fun. Okay. So, we've had a little talk here about football. Now I'm going to shift my attention here a little bit. Congratulations to the Tigers for, I don't know, I guess making a lot of people happy and doing in Baltimore and all that, is sweeping the Yankees. Now, I'm going to preface this next statement I'm going to make here. I'm going to preface it by saying I have the greatest respect for Derek Jeter. I always will. I have respect for Ichiro. If they ever gave me like Donald Trump money and all, I'd plunk it just to see Ichiro do batting practice. That's how good. But what I'm going to say here is directed more toward Yankee fans than anything. But there's an extension. A little earlier tonight, I was on Twitter, and it was about the time the game was ending. And all of a sudden, you start seeing like Yankee fans saying, you know, and the mentality being, oh, okay, we got swept by Detroit, but you know what? We got 27 World Series rings. Talk to us when you get like 20-some. Don't do this, please. Don't do this. This is not how you... No, this is not how you get people to follow you on Twitter. This is how to get you to unfollow you. Because you behave just like cow turd fans do. They stand there, and we have to deal with that shit. They stand there and say, oh, you know, hey, look at us, we got 5 Super Bowls, blah, 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 blah. Fuck you. The Redskins did it. The Redskins had 3 of these kiddies, and they did it with 3 different quarterbacks. Top that. Now, I don't have to stand here and flaunt that fact in front of people. I don't have to. The record speaks for itself. And that's why I point out why sports fans in D.C. are the greatest in the world. And you know why we're the greatest in the world? Because we're cerebral. We don't sit here and tell you, oh, Dallas sucks. No, we tell you why you suck. Because you give us so much material. Oh my effing God, you give us so much material. You know, but you're so stupid. I mean, it's like Cal Turd fans, you know, Patriots fans, and you gotta understand, I have family that lives up in Connecticut, and they're, you know, big Boston, you know, New England sports fans, because they follow the Red Sox, the Patriots, and all that. You know, and I don't, you know, and I'm not begrudging them, but, you know, you get some Patriots fans who just run around and, you know, they say, hey, well, you know, look at us, we know 3 Super Bowls, 4-year period, No, you fall into the same trap. You fall into the same trap that Yankees fans and Cal Turd fans, and now you start seeing it from Phillies fans, because they say, oh, look at us, you know, we want, you know, we got, you know, NL East titles and all of that. No, you're not. You're Philly, goddammit. You're the worst fucking sports fans in the world. You've proven it. You boo Santa Claus. You know, you're never going to live that down. And then you try coming at us like, oh, you know what? Hey, they lost baseball in D.C. twice. Yeah, well, guess what? You know what happened? They lost hockey in Atlanta twice. Yeah, talk about that. You know, how come you had the Flames and they left for Calgary? And then they go ahead and put an expansion team in there, and they go meet for Winnipeg. Yeah, there you go. You lost hockey twice, you know, in Atlanta. And yet you want to stand here and troll us? Nah, that doesn't work, man. This happens, you know, when people, you know, this happens when you get teams winning championships and what have you, and, you know, you just fall into that trap. Same thing happens now in Miami because of the Heat. Yeah, okay, you know, King LeBron finally wins a title, but now you all just stand there all full of yourselves and shit like that. No. But my central point was, we're seeing all this stuff on Twitter tonight, and Yankee fans saying, oh, you know, come talk to us when, you know, you got 20-some World Series rings. That's why you're hated. I mean, like I said, I have respect for Jeter. I got respect for Ichiro. But, you know, when you start behaving like that, you start behaving like this, you know, no wonder people come after you. No wonder they hate you in New England. Jeez. Oh, what do I do here, kiddies? What do I do? Oh, just go all over the place. I don't know. Just start here, staying here doing these cell phone videos now. This is about the new way I'm going to do this. Because if I try doing this on the computer, it's so unpredictable. I never know if I actually get the damn thing. Because if I stand there on the computer, there's so many glitches. I stand here and just go, talk faster, talk faster. Yeah, but I know I got my loyal. I can't say posse. You can't say posse when you're dealing with people. No, but I mean, I've got my subscribers. This will probably excite them tonight. You never know. But like I said, this, I just figured to go ahead and make this tonight. It's more of a warning. Oh, and another thing I was going to say here. I violated my little boycott. I said I'm boycotting looking at any postseason baseball until we get to a World Series that we'll all be comfortable with, which for me would be Detroit and San Fran. Unfortunately, the last I was looking, and I cheated a little bit in watching, was the Cardinals were up like 7-1. This is like game 4 right now. This is like, unless San Fran gets off the stick, it's like, God damn it, get off the goddamn stick. Christ. I mean, you know what? I mean, you got, Pablo Sandoval, you got the Panda, you got all these horses, Buster Posey, all them. Get off the fucking stick. Do something. We want you to take the Cardinals out so you can ease our pain. I don't know what to do here. I said, if we get this where it's going to be Detroit and the Cardinals, guess what? I'm pulling like hell for Detroit. Oh, you will see me pull like nobody's business. You bet your rubber loving ass I will. So, that's it, kids. That's basically what we have. Gotta move this shit. So that's it. That's all I can do here. Happy shiny face one more time. I know I have to do this. So I'm going to leave you all with this image. You see it right there. So it is basically go RG3, hail to the Redskins, all of that. And go Detroit. Go Miggy. Go Prince. Justin Verlander is like metropolitan Richmond area. Hey, we'll pull like hell. If San Fran doesn't do their job, this is what we will do. I will root like hell for Detroit. Do you hear me, people? All right. I just thought I'd get my happy, shiny face in there one last time. So, that's it. Adios. I will do another video. I don't know when I'll do another video, but I'll see you when I get around to it. So, all right, everybody, enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your weekend, for what it's worth. And hail to the Redskins and go RG3.
Oh, oh boy. You can tell it's Friday, everybody. This happens. Try to get this fucker started. Well, anyway, welcome now, Friday night. About 40 minutes or so away from watching the Caps, but I'm not going to talk about it. Here's the deal. This video, not going to talk about the Caps, not going to talk about the Redskins fucking up, which is probably what will happen Sunday against Miami. Not going to talk about, the NBA just pissing away their season. I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one small item. I'm going to do one small item before I get to what I really want to talk about. Small item is this. By now, I think everybody knows the story of Wilson Ramos, kidnapped at his home in Venezuela. This is now day 3. This was Wednesday night when it happened. So we're now on day 3. We're no closer to where they were on Wednesday. Supposedly the Venezuelan authorities believe they have something approximating a suspect. They won't name anybody. They're just going by composites and what have you. So whatever the case may be, I'm just going to, and I'll say it at the end of the video, but I'll do this right now. If nothing else, free Wilson Ramos. That's what you're going to hear. And again, as I say, I'll say that at the end of the video, or at the end of this one. But what I want to do is the big story of the week. And I don't think I really have to tell any of you what it is. Here are my observations. For anybody, and I don't care who you are, to stand there and ram your dick up a 10-year-old boy's ass is beyond moral reprehension. There are words I can't even begin to describe for that. And this fucking scumbag, Jerry Sandusky, I'm telling you, if the authorities in Pennsylvania don't lock this fucker up for the rest of his natural life, you got a problem. You got a major problem. For this shit to have gone on almost 15 years that anybody's aware, and now I'm going to stand here and tell you this is the tip of the iceberg. I guarantee you in the coming weeks you're going to hear stories that'll go back farther than, say, 1998. And it's going to go a little farther back. You're going to start to hear these stories about middle-aged men who are going to come forward and say, you know what, I got rammed up the ass. It's going to come, folks. That alone would be enough to raise anybody's anger, contempt, disgust. But it goes farther than that. goes a lot farther. Grand jury testimony that was done in 2002, which came to light, I think, a week ago tomorrow. And you find out there was an incident in 2002, which, as I said, the 10-year-old boy gets rammed up the ass. And there's a witness. There's a witness that says that Jerry Sandusky rammed his dick up a 10-year-old boy's ass. This is where you get into Mike McCreary, who at the time was a graduate assistant. Now he's an assistant coach at Penn State. I'll get him alone. But it's the amazing thing is, and you think of this incident, nobody called the Penn State campus police. They didn't call the State College, Pennsylvania police. They didn't call the Pennsylvania State Police. They didn't call, I don't think there's the Pennsylvania Bureau of Investigation or whatever it is. Nobody called Child Welfare Services or Protective Services. None of those people were called. Not by this dickwad, Mike McCreary. No, the first call he makes is to his daddy, who, if I think correctly, was on the Penn State staff then, or had been once upon a time. He calls his daddy, and then he decides to call Joe Paterno. Now, to Joe Pa's credit, he did the ethical thing in alerting the athletic department. He did the ethical thing. The moral responsibility is sadly lacking. When this grand jury thing came out last Saturday and the shit hit the fan, everybody started screaming. They said, Joe Pa's got to go. And I thought to myself, no, you should at least afford him the dignity to at least maybe coach this game Saturday against Nebraska, if nothing else. But allow him the dignity to finish out his coaching career on his terms. Because believe me, the only way they would have gotten Joe Pa out of Penn State was feet first. No, the Board of Trustees at Penn State said, we're not even going to afford you that dignity. And it's how they did this on Wednesday. This is how they did it. They didn't call Joe Paterno to their office or call him to wherever they were and tell him up front, that we can't let you coach anymore. They didn't even do that. They didn't have the common decency for that. Oh no. Now, apparently what happened was one of the trustees stands there, hands this envelope to Joe Pa, says, open this envelope, call the number that's in this envelope. He calls the number, and right then and there is where the Board of Trustees says, bye-bye, Joe Pa. You don't do a dog like that. I'm serious. You don't even do a dog like that. So you can understand what happened Wednesday night where, the students made the valid attempt to behave peaceably. But, this being a college campus, some numbnuts decide to get loaded up. They get moved up. Next thing you know, you're turning over a TV news van. But it still does not make it right, the way you treated the man. I mean, I understand, and even he had said, like Wednesday afternoon, he said, look, I'll resign. If nothing else, just let me finish out this coaching run, if we go to a bowl game, whatever, and I'll resign. You don't know. But I've just been going back and forth the last couple of days on this. And I have to keep thinking, anybody that was playing at Penn State, if we go back to these allegations of like 1998, If we go back to whoever was playing at Penn State then and up to, including now the current team, you got to think somebody knew something. And sadly, that means I've got to, and sadly, it means I have to bring in LeVar Arrington on this. I mean, okay, yeah, the guy's working radio in D.C., but, you know, you had to know because this jack off, Jerry Sandusky, was, well, one time, was as an assistant, he was not, he headed up this thing, I hope I get this right. Uh, I can't think what the hell it's called on it. Second Life or whatever this thing was that Jerry Sandusky was running. I think they called it Second Life. I'm not sure. But anyway, he was running this thing, out using the locker rooms, using all the training facilities at Penn State. So you had to think somebody saw something. Any of these players back in the '90s and through the '80s and up till now, they had to have seen something. The players had to have seen something. The coaches had to have seen this. Somebody had to. And yet you stayed silent. And I've gone back and forth in this, and I still cannot help but believe that the final responsibility for all of this lies with the NCAA because you put the almighty dollar ahead of morality, ahead of ethics, ahead of common sense or common decency. The NCAA, in their pursuit of the almighty dollar, because they want that money from the networks and the cable networks and what have you, they smell that money. And so what you've done is you've trampled morality, ethics, common decency.